Hey guys, it's Thursday morning and I just got back from the gym, so I figured let me shoot a video for you. Mostly because look what just got here. Ta-da! Yeah, I totally just whacked myself in the face with that box. They are my competition heels. They were a little bit under $30, something like that, on Amazon.com. I just got the plain ones, so they just have this and they don't have the strap here. And mine, as you can see, doesn't have a huge platform. Now I'm just under 5'4", and I do mean just under, like a smidge. So I will be competing in Class C, which is I believe 5'2" to 5'4". And so, you know, they want you to have a 5-inch heel, which this is if you count the platform and the heel. And, you know, what I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to try to keep it brief, but I'm just a jabberwocky, so yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, it's preparation and planning. So yesterday I put something on my Instagram account, and it was my version of the fitness pyramid of success. Now, I know a lot of people say, you know, it's 70% nutrition and 30% exercise, but for me, I don't 100% agree with that, and here's why. I think that there are more factors in play. There is your mental and emotional state, so I think that's about 15% of it. 20% of it, straight up, I don't care how much you know, everything else is perfect and on point. If you're not prepared, forget it, you're gonna fail. That's just the way it is. If you don't have meals prepped out, or you don't have a solid plan for how you're gonna eat clean every day when your body comes calling for food, then you're going to fail. That's just as simple as it is. So 20% for me is preparation. That's food, knowing what my workout is when I get into the gym. You know, my motto in the gym is be brief, be brilliant, be gone. I don't want to be in there all day. I don't want to be one of those people that's in the gym for, you know, 2.5 hours a day. Unless, you know, you're coming into those final weeks right before competition, that's completely understandable. But for me, it's 45 minutes of really heavy, not even necessarily heavy, rapid sets of whatever it is I happen to be targeting that day. So, you know, whether it's glutes or legs or arms or whatever. And then 3 times a week, I do HIIT training, and I only do that for 15 minutes. So I'm not a steady state cardio person. That does not work for me. My body does not respond to that. Plus I have EIB, which is exercise-induced bronchospasm. So that is just not something that works for my body. I shed weight like this when I do high-intensity interval training, otherwise known as HIIT training. So from the top, so that's 15% mental and emotional. That is, in my opinion, giving yourself permission to succeed. And a lot of people may think that's kind of silly, but it's really not, because we run this tape in our head. You know, I'm too old, I'm not pretty enough, I can never have that body, you know, she's genetically gifted, blah, blah, blah. And all of that, quite frankly, is horse, you know what, it's horse crap, okay? Because, and you know, sorry if you think some of the things I say are sort of silly. I really desperately try not to cuss in my videos, because my children, who are young, they do watch YouTube all the time. And so I always try to be mindful of the fact that, you know, children watch YouTube, and sometimes, you know, they may see mommy on YouTube, and I do not want them to see me cussing. So, nor do I want any other little people to see me cussing. I think you can get your message across without doing all that. But don't get me wrong, when I'm not on camera, there is definitely occasionally, you know, the F-bomb or whatever that will fall out. Getting back to the point at hand, so mental and emotional, what I was saying is, you know, you need to give yourself permission to succeed. You need to give yourself an opportunity to see if that tape that you've been running in your head for however long you've been alive is true. You know, can you really have that body? Yes, you can. Absolutely. If somebody else can do it, so can you. Unless, you know, you have some health issue, and then you go ahead and you deal with your health issue like I did, and then you find a different way to train, period. So, you know, the only person that stands in the way of you having that body is you, okay? You know, you have your doubters and your haters. Those are the people around you that say, you know, you don't have time for that, or, you know, that's not healthy, or whatever it is. Auto disregard, okay? I hear that stuff and I just auto delete. I don't even listen to all that, okay? Because it's not their life. So of course they don't appreciate all the sacrifices as they see it, sacrifices that I'm making. I'm okay with that. I don't ask them to participate in my lifestyle. Now, if they want to, I'll be the first person to help them to try to, you know, get their macros down or get a workout plan started. But I don't shove my life choices down anybody's throat, just like I don't want anybody else doing that to me. So, So give yourself permission to succeed and give yourself time, you know, and believe in yourself. Who cares what other people say? Big deal, so what, okay? You know, I can't remember the saying, but it's something like, you know, no one's a prophet in their own town. You know, when Steve Jobs was young, do you think that people thought he was going to grow up to change the world, to invent the things that he did? No. Just like, you know, a gazillion other people that I could name, you know, Richard Branson or Beyonce or whatever. All those people were just normal people at some time in their life. And then they made a decision to no longer be normal and to become exceptional at something. And they did just that very thing. And don't think that there weren't people telling them, like Tyra Banks. People told her, you'll never model, you know, you're funny looking, your forehead's too big, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I think everybody knows who Tyra Banks is. So my point is, don't believe haters, okay? And just believe in yourself. It's as simple as that. That's it, just believe in yourself. Okay, so mental permission and mental strength to stick to the task at hand. Preparation, super important, okay? And then, of course, you know, fitness. When you're in the gym, you know, let's not be standing in the corner taking selfies, checking your Instagram account and all that. You don't need to do all that, okay? Unless you're super fit and you're basically just in there for maintenance purposes, go crazy. You know, the IFBB pros that are at the top of their game and, you know, if they want to check their Instagram feed, you girls go crazy and do that because they've earned that right to do that. But for the rest of us who are, you know, training and trying to make a name for ourselves and trying to reach the body of our dreams, you don't need to do that. You need to get in there and get your stuff done. Get your heart rate up, keep it up, get through your sets, and get out of the gym, go on with your day, okay? And nutrition. You know, eating clean means reduction or elimination of sodium, sugar, alcohol. Basically, if it's bagged, canned, with very few exceptions, don't eat it, okay? A can of tuna, yeah, that's fine, obviously, because that's good, clean protein, okay? Raw almonds in a bag, yes, that's fine, okay? A Snickers in a bag, Chef Boyardee in a can, not clean. Don't eat it, because, and trust me, I'm telling you from a place of experience, for God knows how many years, I would literally kill myself in the gym. But then, to be quite frank, I was eating like crap. I mean, I was still probably eating clean for what most people would think, I guess, because people would always say like, oh, you know, you eat so clean. And the implication was, you eat so clean, why are you, whatever. But I ate a lot of sodium. I drank a lot more frequently than I should have. Not like in a problematic way, but, you know, at the end of the day, oh, let's have one or two, you know, glasses of wine or whatever. But it adds up. Not just that it takes its toll on the training. And, you know, it's not a bodybuilding food. It's fine for celebration, and that's what it's for spirits, you know, to celebrate something. It's not supposed to be a regular part of your diet. So if it is a regular part of your diet, you know, try to take steps to remove that and make that something that you do maybe, you know, with your cheat meal once a month, or, you know, a glass of wine with your cheat meal once a week or whatever. So nutrition cannot be overstated, okay? I personally have lost, I think like as of this morning, I think it's like 7.5 pounds since I started training, which is now roughly 2 weeks ago. And it really isn't even about the weight for me. I mean, I could care less what I weigh. I'm looking to get to 12 to 13% body fat by the time that I walk on the stage. So I don't really care what the weight is. I know that I have to be within certain, you know, parameters to compete as a middleweight or whatever. So of course I'm shooting for that. And I'll show all the progress pictures and all that when I think there's something to, you know, to show you. But I will say this, take your progress pictures, because I take mine every Tuesday. So I took them the Tuesday the week before I started, then the Tuesday of the week that I started, and then this Tuesday that just passed. So, and let me tell you what, you may not think that you're making progress, or there may be days where you're like, ugh, I just don't feel any progress, where you can see that your weight is coming down, but you don't actually feel as if you're making progress with muscle and everything else. I mean, I can already see, like, see right here, my shoulder, when I turn my shoulder. I mean, yeah, I'm already like, okay, that was so gross looking. I'm already starting to have much more definition in my shoulders, in my legs. And when I looked at the pictures, I put them side by side from, you know, the back porch. That's my butt. I was like, holy crap, I did that in a week? I was really impressed. I mean, it's not like a major difference, but it's definitely a difference. I mean, and if that was 1 week, I'm just so excited to see what pictures, you know, week 1 to week 6 looks like. So anyways, that's my thing to you is, you know, take your pictures, because on those days when you feel like, oh, I'm just not motivated, or I'll never get there, you know, again, that tape running in your head, that 15% mental that I was talking about, you need to have a look at those pictures and remind yourself where you came from. More importantly, remind yourself where you're not trying to go back to, okay? Keep your head in the game. Keep watching those videos. Subscribe to other people who are going through this journey. Become friends with those people. Follow those people on Instagram. You know, you birds of a feather flock together, right? So you want to surround yourself with people who are moving in the same direction as you. That just makes sense, right? Because they're not going to be the people that are posting pictures of, ooh, ooh, you know, look at me partying over here at, you know, whatever for Cinco de Mayo, because that's not where you're at right now. I'm not busting on those people. Trust me, I have spent probably every Cinco de Mayo since I was 21 with a drink in my hand, okay? This past Cinco de Mayo, the other day, I didn't have anything, because I didn't have any chips and salsa, I didn't have Mexican food, I didn't have, you know, margaritas, I didn't have beer, I did nothing, you know? And was my husband ticked off about that? Probably, but at the end of the day, training doesn't stop for Cinco de Mayo, and like I explained to him, I've had lots of Cinco de Mayos where I've had plenty to drink, and you know, I've done all that. So, and this Cinco de Mayo was actually fabulous. Instead of drinking, I spent some time learning about, you know, why we actually celebrate Cinco de Mayo. So that's it, you know, 15% mental, 20% preparation. I think it was 35% exercise, or 30% nutrition and 35% exercise, something like that. Whatever. Follow it on my Instagram, which is at RAPHAELA Lorian. Download it, print it out, because it isn't as simple as exercise and nutrition. Because if your head is in the wrong place, none of that matters, because you're not going to stay the course, period. Plain and simple as that. You know, I have something written at the top of all of my gym cards that I wrote for myself, and it says, your biggest battle is happening between your ears. Get control of it. No one has the right to take your goals from you, not even you. So get your head in the game, get your stuff prepared, get your sleep, get your 8 hours of sleep, drink that water, kill it when you are in the gym. And I mean, leave nothing when you are in the gym. And prepare for tomorrow. You know, those shirts that say lift, eat, sleep, repeat. There is so much truth in those shirts. I used to think those were so silly, but now I totally get it. And, you know, last note about preparation, you know, the shoes thing, that may seem kind of silly, but the reason why that's important is there are so many things that you have to purchase when you compete, from robes to sandals to competition heels to a competition swimsuit, whatever. It's all part of preparing yourself. It's all part of reminding yourself that, you know, this is the course that you're on, and you do not want to get that bill all at once, because it could be thousands of dollars. So do it incrementally. Set up little rewards for yourself. Like, okay, you know, when I finish week 3 of training, I'm going to get my robe that I'm going to wear after I have my spray tan on competition day. Week 5, I'm going to get blah, blah, blah. Week 10, I'm going to get my competition suit. You know, you have to stage all of that based on when your competition is. You don't want to get your competition suit the week before, because that's not smart. And your heels, you know, you want those for a good long time so you can be practicing your posing. That is so important. I have heard that time and time and time and time again, practicing your posing, because as many girls will say on YouTube, and lots of the pros will tell you, it is not just about your physique. It is all about the package on stage. So that is your hair, your makeup, your nails, your jewelry, your shoes, how you pose, your physique, the whole thing, right? And I don't care if you have been slaying it in the gym and eating like a saint. None of that makes any difference if you get out there and you don't know how to pose. You don't know how to showcase what you've been working on. Then you just wasted a whole lot of time, because the judges are going to go, okay, that's someone who doesn't understand the sport and doesn't take it seriously. So practice your posing. I don't care if it looks silly. Go to Walmart, get a $10 full-length mirror, get it done. And I will see you guys on either Friday or Monday, just kind of depending. So train hard, eat clean, get your rest. See you in the gym.